I always go for morning walks through Riverside Park. Nothing about that day seemed weird until I saw this homeless-looking woman walking past me with a tiny boy, maybe 4 or 5. The woman leaned down and whispered,
"You just wait at the bench. Mom will be back with cotton candy."
It sounded normal, sweet even, but something about her felt wrong. I shook my head, brushed it off, and kept jogging. About 20 minutes later, my route curved back toward that same bench, and the boy was still sitting alone. His legs dangled off the seat, kicking at nothing. He was counting softly. 1, 2, 3, using his tiny fingers, touching each chubby fingertip like he'd practiced it 1,000 times. "Hey, buddy, what are you doing?"
Mommy said I should count to 10 when I get scared, but Mommy still didn't come back.
He glanced around with wet eyes, then looked at me.
Should I keep counting?
Something twisted inside of me. Who leaves a kid this young alone for so long? Before I could say anything, a harsh voice cut through the air.
"Hey! Get away from my kid!"
I turned around. The same woman stood there, but now with a huge pink cotton candy and a man beside her, a rough-looking guy with a shaved head. The woman strutted toward me.
"Mind your damn business!"
The man smirked. "Yeah, hero. Go jog elsewhere." Heat rushed through my face, but I forced myself to back off. I walked away, anger buzzing in my ears. I told myself not to interfere again. Not my family, not my problem. But then, I heard it. A sentence that froze me mid-step.
"I can't afford to feed him anymore. Just give me the money."
"Relax. I told you you'll get paid. The buyers want a kid his age." My blood ran cold. I peered over my shoulder. The man handed her a stack of cash. She snatched it without even looking at the boy. The kid started crying immediately.
Mommy? Mommy, please don't go.
She didn't even turn around. The man lifted the still crying kid like he was lifting groceries and headed toward the park's exit. I followed him because I couldn't just walk away. A black van waited by the curb, engine running. I grabbed my phone and dialed 911, whispering everything: the exchange, the crying, the cash. Dispatch told me officers were on the way, but the man put the kid inside the van and slammed the door shut. Panic punched me. The cops won't make it in time. The man stood outside the van, leaning against the passenger door, talking on the phone. "Got a good one today. I'll pay a hefty sum for him." My hands shook. I had 2 choices: wait and hope the cops made it, or take a risk and save the kid. Before my brain could argue, my legs were already moving. I crept behind the van, slowly lifted the handle, and eased the door open. The kid sat curled up on the floor, tears staining his cheeks. He looked up at me with those big eyes.
Where's Mommy?
"Shh," I whispered, lifting him into my arms. "I'm getting you out of—" "Hey, what the hell?" I barely turned before a fist smashed into my face. Pain exploded through my jaw. I stumbled back, shielding the boy with my body. The man punched me again, this time in my ribs, so hard I thought something cracked. I still refused to let go. He swung again, but by now people nearby noticed the commotion. The man realized the gravity of the situation and grabbed the kid's tiny arm. "Don't touch him!" He shoved the child toward me violently, as if trying to get revenge. I barely held on to the kid, collapsing onto the concrete with him on top of me. He clung to my shirt, sobbing. The man peeled out in the van before anyone could stop him. Cops arrived minutes later. Turns out the woman was a drug addict who'd sold her son. The man was part of a trafficking ring. The kid, his name was Oliver, held my hand the entire ride to the station. He wouldn't let go. Inside, when officers asked him questions, he refused.